7. On over street. Echo Station 3PA. Spotted in Terrio Walker.
Welcome back to Echo Base Network. I am the coach. Hope you guys are doing well on this wonderful Friday night. Tonight we are going to look at an article about Chris Terrio, the writer, or the co-writer, I guess I should say, of The Rise of Skywalker. And he is taking a passive-aggressive shot at none other than George Lucas. So let's see what he is going to say, and stay tuned for after this because we have a very, very special announcement and something very special going on that you don't want to miss. Okay? So we are going to switch over here to ScreenRant.com. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker blaming George Lucas goes too far. Many people have been blamed for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker's shortcomings, but Chris Terrio evoking George Lucas's name feels a step too far. I think that the majority of us would agree with that. We're going to skip down talking about Phantom Menace, George Lucas, Emperor Palpatine, all that. So nothing really of note there, but jumping into the article. After Lucas sold Lucasfilm to Disney, a new Star Wars trilogy was put into production. Yes, we all know that. Despite Lucas's own outlines for the 3 films, they and the EU were discarded. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of background here. The film was set up not only to be the culminating chapter of the modern trilogy, talking about The Rise of Skywalker, but the conclusion of the decade-spanning Skywalker saga altogether. Again, things that we know. Let's jump down here to what we don't. In the wake of such vocal backlash, co-writer Chris Terrio has been outspoken in justifying certain Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker decisions. Those have ranged from the reveal of Rey's true ancestry to the return of Palpatine. In terms of the latter, reports have been varied regarding whose idea it was to bring back the classic villain. While so many have labeled it as Abrams' decision, others rest the choice on Kathleen Kennedy's shoulders. One justification made by Terrio, however, found the buck being passed to the unfair source. When Terrio stated that The Rise of Skywalker should have been 2 films, the writer blamed Lucas himself. Splitting it would have been my dream, but George always said it was 9 movies. When I first read this really irritated me. So it's not as good as it could have been because of George Lucas. Come on, man. Come on. People overwhelmingly did not like what you wrote. So let's get it off, Lucas. You could have split that movie into 2 movies and it would have made no difference. Yes, the movie felt like 2 movies squeezed together. True. But even if it were 2 movies, the issues are the same. Besides the pacing and the squeezing it together, the issues are the same. So, Mr. Terrio, 1, you need to go look at people's criticism beyond squeezing the movies together. And oh, don't worry, if you're not sure about those, we have a sequel trilogy documentary coming out tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Tune in, Chris, and you'll get to find out what the fans thought about your movie. Beyond those things, it kind of made me think about this. Been coaching basketball for 20 years. It's kind of like this type of loser mentality. Well, we lost the game. It really should have been a 5-quarter game because we felt like we would have won if there was another quarter. Well, the game is 4 quarters. In college, it's 2 halves. You know how long it is. You know how long it is when you put the jersey on and you walk out there. So that is loser mentality. You had 2.5 hours to get it done, and you failed, sir. Now, the real reason that we're here doing this, guys, is this is a call to action. We have a very beloved special member of the Phantom Menace, He's been doing amazing live streams early in the mornings. If you have been able to catch that, he is a great guy. We value him incredibly here at Echo Base Network. He has always been quick to pat Nick and myself on the back when we did not deserve it. And for that, we are very grateful for his positivity with us and just being with us, even when, like, we're not great now, but we're getting better. This individual has always been with us. His name is Stone Loki. And we heard from Loki, and I want to share with you the news, guys. And Loki did not get good news. So, GoFundMe. This is Loki's words. My mother has nothing. So I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to read this to you guys. We don't get to pick. Let me make it bigger. We don't get to pick who our parents are. I got lucky. I had an awesome dad. When he would come home on leave, we would stay up late and watch Star Trek, Star Wars, Forbidden Planet, all the greatest stuff I could ask for. He was a true hero and someone I always looked up to. I just got the call that he is gone and that my mother is in a very bad situation. I don't have the means to do much. I scrap by like many people, and all I could think of doing was this. I don't ask for handouts. I would never ask you to help me, but I want to help her. Please consider this, as she is now being put in assisted living and needs as much help as can be provided. Thank you, even if all you do is read this and say a prayer. Stone Loki. We just received word from Loki about this. So here at Echo Base Network, if you don't mind, and this is not something that I am pushing on any of you, but Nick and I are both going to donate. And if you would be as so kind, even though this is a pre-recorded show, to just bow your head or close your eyes or any way that you want to, but I am going to say a prayer for Loki and his family right now. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for all the blessings that you've given us. Thank you for this life that you've given us, Lord. I ask that you forgive me of my sins and where I fail you. Lord, I want to raise up and lift up my brother Loki and his family. I pray that you will give him the peace that only you can provide, a peace that is a supernatural peace. I pray that you will allow him and his family to feel your love at this very moment. Thank you so much. All these things I ask, Lord, in Jesus Christ's precious holy name. Amen. Loki, we love you. I'm going to share this in the description below. And guys, this was the real reason for tonight's video. I was not anticipating doing a video or a show tonight, but there's a greater need, and it is this. So I wanted to do something and get this word out. The Chris Terrio situation was truly clickbait to get you in here to see something that's way more important. So here it is. So far, there's $10 raised of a $4,000 goal. I just lost my parents. I just lost my mother in April of last year. So it's been 8 months, and I lost my father a couple years prior. I kind of felt like Dad was still alive when my mom was still alive, but when I lost Mom, it was overwhelming because now I felt like I lost them both. So I definitely understand where Loki is coming from, and my dad was my hero too, Brother Loki. So, and you are one of mine as well. But thank you for your courage, Loki, for getting this out to everybody, because I know this is not easy to do. So once again, we love you, and our thoughts and our prayers are with you. And for Nick and myself, and for you guys, you are Echo Base Network, and we are out.